Good evening, Soden Bowl. I'm S. Soden, your host of SBN Soden's Top 10. Week 9 is already upon us. It's crazy. This league is just flying by. Looking at the top 10 from last week, there is a lot of change. Last week's number one is no longer number one. And we have a lot of change in between here. Some teams new on the list. Some teams are there, some teams have moved up, some teams have moved down. Before we get to that, though, I want to take a look. Let's take a look at our sponsors. So, Soden's Top 10, sponsored by SBN, the Soden Bowl Network. Catch us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We usually have somebody pretty cool to interview. Also sponsored by the Alpha Heel 7's Unfiltered. Great show, guys. I don't think he has a set time or day for that during the week. He just kind of releases them as he feels like it, which is really cool because it gives him good content to create. And his Unfiltered is really neat. You know, if you like snowflakes or safe places, I suggest you do not listen. If you like good content, you like a little bit of an edgy conversation, definitely by all means tune in. It's a lot of fun. Then we have a new addition here. We have The Huddle with Big Al. He released his first podcast, very in-depth, stat-oriented, everything you'd expect from a Jets fan. Just an outstanding job providing good commentary. I look forward to, his next podcast. It was great. I driving from job to job during the week. It's great to put his huddle on and just listen to him break down each team. He does not play in the league. He is just a content guy. I don't mean just in a bad way. I mean just in a good way because he is completely unbiased. He can provide feedback for any team, and he does so. He does a great job, and he bases all of his opinions on facts, on stats. Then our last sponsor, our financial sponsor, sponsored by Allied Plumbing and Heat, LLC, a name you can trust. Great company if you're in the Colorado area. You're looking for plumbing, HVAC, air conditioning. It's going to be that season pretty soon. Give them a call. Look them up, guys. All right, without further ado, let's get in and look at our top 10. We're going to go backwards here, starting at number 10. Number 10, we have the Chicago Bears. Looking at the Bears, they're 5-3. Coach Crowd Pleaser, he came in a couple weeks ago. He is a top-level talent when it comes to stick skills. If you're playing against him, he has a good defense already with Chicago, but this guy can bring it on offense as well. So right now he is a half a game up on the Green Bay Packers. So the first place Chicago Bears sitting at 5-3. They have the 21st ranked offense at 20 points per game scored. And then the number 3 defense, only allowing 16 points per game. We know that defense is tough in Chicago. So he is my number 10, going to number 9. Number 9 on the list. Now, I'm very familiar with this guy. This is me. Number 9, the Denver Broncos. Now, this is my first time being on the top 10. Last week, I was able to defeat the undefeated Chargers, kind of put a bottleneck in that division. And then the Chargers lost again today to somebody that's in the top 10. We'll release that information later. But, the Denver Broncos sitting at 5-3. Offensively, they're middle of the road, maybe lower tier, but they did pick up some weapons. They traded and got Rob Gronkowski. So that's helped me a lot. So offense sitting ranked number 24th. They used to be 31st as of last week. The defense. Now, this is why I have myself in the top 10 here. Defense is ranked first. They have 4 shutouts in 7 games, or 8 games, I'm sorry. And the defense is only allowing 7 points per game. That ranks first. Now, mind you, we've played the Kansas City Chiefs. We've played the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. So there are some very talented offenses that the Denver Broncos have played, and they've lost to two of them, both very close games that came down to the end, low-scoring games. So I have the Denver Broncos, coached by myself, ranked number 9, moving into number 8. Number 8 on the list, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Just Bueno. Now, Steelers, first place team, 5-3. The second ranked offense in the league, scoring 29 points per game. And the 7th ranked defense, only allowing 19 points per game. So like last week, we talked about that point differential, being able to score points and not allow points. The Pittsburgh Steelers, coach Just Bueno clearly has that done right here. So he's doing a fantastic job so far this year. I'm really proud of how he just came in and really took charge of that Steelers team. Moving in at number 7. Number 7, last week's guest and Hall of Fame head coach, the Indianapolis Colts, coach You're Blessed 0-0. Right now, he is a half a game back. Now, I could easily flip the Jaguars and the Colts because the Colts actually have the head-to-head at week 1. Now, the Jags were not the same team week 1 that they are right now. So let's get that out of the way. The Jaguars are playing phenomenal football, so are the Colts. But right now, I have the Colts sitting at number 7 at 5-2. Now, Coach UB, he can light up the scoreboard. He is struggling a little bit on offense for his standards. So he's only scoring 18 points per game, and he's allowing 16 points per game. So he has the 4th ranked defense right now and the 26th ranked offense. Now, I would definitely say his strong point is his offense. With the 4th ranked defense, he's playing very good defensively. I think he will pick it up offensively. He's had kind of a tough schedule here. I think the Colts can win this division. The Jaguars are playing just very good football, and they have a very talented defense in Jacksonville. So the next time these two teams meet is going to be a huge game. I think that's going to really decide the division. So, number 7, Indianapolis Colts, Hall of Fame head coach, You're Blessed 0-0. Moving in, number 6 is new to the top 10 here. Number 6, we have the Buffalo Bills, coached by the Booty Too Good. So, Buffalo Bills, kind of a roster that's lacking talent, so to speak, but they're not lacking user skills. The Buffalo Bills are keeping pace in the AFC East with the Miami Dolphins at 5-2. They're just a half a game back of that Dolphins team. Now, you can see, if you look up in that top left, Buffalo Bills only a 72 overall. However, they have the 9th ranked offense, scoring 24 points per game, and the 11th ranked defense, allowing 20 points per game. So there's only a 4-point differential there. Maybe that's why he has his 2 losses, but either way, he's still finding a way to win football games, and that's what matters. So number 6, the Buffalo Bills, coached by the Booty Too Good, moving into the top 5 here. Now, number 5 is a new face, an old face to the league. However, a new face. So without further ado, at number 5, we have the Los Angeles Chargers, coached by M. Soden. Now, the old Chargers coach stepped down. He was 5-1. M. Soden takes over, gets absolutely pulverized this morning by the Jaguars. So, looking at this Chargers team, they still have the lead in the AFC West. However, The Denver Broncos do have the tiebreaker on them. The Chargers do have the tiebreaker versus the Raiders and the Chiefs. So if you're a Chargers fan, you're rooting for a Broncos loss because you don't want to get tied with them. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind virtue of the tiebreaker. That Chargers offense is ranked 20th, scoring 20 points per game. Now, the defense is very good. That defense is only allowing 18 points per game, and it ranks 6th. Now, that pass rush is the key to the Chargers' success. I think that the Chargers need to do a better job of running the football. Looking at some of the highlights from the Jaguars game, I just really feel like they put too much weight on Phillip Rivers' shoulders, and he turned the ball over a ton. So if you're listening, M. Soden, I would try to do a better job of running that football and letting your defense play with a lead, or don't turn the ball over inside your own red zone because you're not going to win many games when you do that. So we have the Los Angeles Chargers at number 5. Number 4, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Alpha Heel 7. Now, reading the league Twitter, I did see the Jaguars were wondering why they were left off last week's list. They've done nothing but win. 6-2. They did drop the first game of the year against the Colts. However, this team, like I said before, is not the same team that they were earlier in the season. This Jacksonville Jaguars team is a 79 overall, so they're a fairly good roster-oriented team. However, their weak spot on the roster is their offense. But don't tell Alpha that, because he is scoring 28 points per game. That ranks 4th best in the league. The defense, however, they've played some good teams. They've played some offensively tough teams. So I think that his 17th rank, allowing 22 points per game, is a bit inflated from what it would be if he was facing, more of the average teams. He's really had a tough schedule this first week. But either way, we're looking at the first place Jacksonville Jaguars, a half a game ahead of the Indianapolis Colts, and about a half a season ahead of the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Texans, Colids, by the way, congratulations on your first win today. I don't know who you beat, but good job beating them. So, back to the Jaguars. 6-2, first place, and ranked number 4. So, moving in to the top 3, I have the Miami Dolphins at number 3. He was number 1. He fell to 3. But he has lost a couple games since the last time we've done this show. So, Mr. Witness 36 and his 3rd-ranked Dolphins sit atop the AFC East at 6-2. He does have a half a game lead against the Buffalo Bills. So, he has that working for him. We're going to struggle a little bit. The Miami Dolphins are only a 73 overalls. So he is a little bit of a roster-deprived team. However, he's still playing first-place football in the AFC. Is championship football if you're looking at the AFC overall standings, and possible Super Bowl contender. He has the 3rd-ranked offense, scoring 29 points per game, and the 8th-ranked defense, only allowing 19 points per game. So he has that point differential that kind of separates those championship-quality teams. So Miami Dolphins at number 3, I think, is a solid pick. He could possibly be number 2. However, I really, really, really like this number 2 team here. He is just playing great Soden Bowl football. At number 2, the Dallas Cowboys coach Triple Aries, who's coming fresh off the Super Bowl victory in Soden Bowl. He is sitting at 6-1, first place in the NFC East. He has a 2-game lead over the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. He's scoring 20 points per game, ranks him 18th. Now, Tripp is not, his strength is not necessarily his pure offense. Tripp's strength lies in his ability to play good situational football. Whether it be good defense, good red zone defense, forcing a field goal, getting the turnover when he needs the turnover, converting points off of a turnover, controlling the game with Ezekiel Elliott, or just killing you over the top with play action from Dak Prescott or whoever he's going to play back there, because I know Prescott's been on and off the injury list. But looking at this Dallas Cowboys team, he's ranked 18th in offense, scoring 20 points per game, and he has the second best defense, only allowing 14 points per game. The only one playing better defense than him right now is the Denver Broncos. So 14 points per game, that's just astounding. If you can hold your opponent to only 2 touchdowns a game, chances are you're going to win that game. And that's exactly what he's doing. And I don't think anybody's going to hold Tripp to just 14 points per game. It's going to take a great defensive effort to try to do that. So number 2, we have the Dallas Cowboys coach Triple Aries. Who do we have at number 1 here? Number 1, the Seattle Seahawks coach Taco King. Taco has really stormed on the scene here in Soden Bowl Sim League. He's just had an outstanding season. He has the first ranked offense. He's scoring over 30 points, 32 to be exact, per game, with a Seattle Seahawks team that is offensively on the depth chart. Seahawks are ranked to 76 overall, so they are a good team. Not great, but a good team as far as the Madden gods go. But sports the first ranked offense and the 5th ranked defense. So not only is he scoring 32 points per game, he's only allowing 18 points on defense. The number 1 running team, 47. Number 1 rush defense team, only allowing 47 yards per game. He's beaten the Broncos there slightly. The 3rd ranked passing defense. Looking at his offensive stats, he is the 2nd best running team in the league at 109.1 yards per game. Seattle has a very comfortable lead in the NFC West, sitting at 7-1. He has a 2-game lead over the Los Angeles Rams and a 4-game lead over the San Francisco 49ers. And, probably a whole season's lead against the Arizona Cardinals, who are still waiting for their first win. So, number 1, we have the Taco King. And let's just take a look at the list here and see, kind of run down it again. So, 1, we have the Seahawks. 2, we have the Cowboys. 3, we have the Dolphins. 4, we have the Jaguars, unfiltered. 5, we have the Chargers. 6, we have the Bills. 7, we have the Hall of Fame head coach, You're Blessed, and the Colts. Number 8, we have the Steelers. And number 9, we have Hall of Fame coach myself, the Broncos. Number 10, we have the Bears. So like I said before, that list has kind of, it's been jumbled. This is my list, so if you don't agree with it, oh well. Call into Alpha's show. I'm sure he'll listen to you bitch and complain about it. But this is Soden's top 10. That's my top 10. Outstanding job so far, guys. Let's continue to get those games in. Shout out to Colids. He threw up a $25 gift card for a raffle for guys that are scheduling ahead of everybody else. So make sure, even after this week, make sure you guys continue to schedule your games in the schedule chat. We have a tough time trying to figure out what game we're going to broadcast if we don't know when you guys are playing. So if you want your game broadcast, please post the day and time in the schedule chat that you guys have agreed upon so we can see if we can get a broadcast crew to broadcast your game. With that being said, I believe the league is full here. I think we had the Titans head coach who still has to join. If you're looking for a spot in the Sim League, we are taking applications because we want to maintain a high level of activity right up until Madden 20. And the best way to do that is having people on standby. So if somebody or something happens, somebody can't play anymore, somebody lost interest, somebody's not following the rules, you're up next. So I'll put you in, coach, and you'll be ready to play. But it's only if you get your application in so that I know who's up next or, who's the next best available player to join. With that said, yeah, here's our top 10, guys. I am out. Take care.